Hey guys, Tank Sauce here again. Welcome back. This is take two of recording this because of the first recording, for whatever reason, my recording software glitched and gave me an error. So we're gonna go take two right here. So this is gonna be about prop firms. What are prop firms, right? This is how I told you guys you were gonna be able to make money in the market without risking your own. Well, prop firms is how you're gonna do it, right? Or I guess to be exact, you risk very, very little. So let's go over what they are, and as I read through this, I'm going to elaborate on some of the stuff. So, what are prop firms, right? Proprietary trading firms, or prop firms, within the futures trading landscape offer traders the use of the company's capital, thereby minimizing personal financial risk while providing access to larger sums of money for trading. A major advantage of these firms. Well, actually, let's stop there. So what does that mean? That means that these companies, right, these guys, they are going to allow you to trade with their money instead of your own. They take a percentage of it, of the profits, and you take a percentage. Most of them is a 80%, 20% split, meaning you keep 80% of everything you make and they take 20%. Now, there is a test involved in this, but we're going to go over that in a second. A major advantage of these firms is that they often allow traders to manage multiple accounts simultaneously, using a feature where trades can be copied across these accounts, thus greatly increasing earning potential while still managing risk effectively. Hold on, excuse me. So what does that mean? That means that all of these companies right here, they allow you to have more than one account, right? You can have up to three accounts or five accounts. It depends who you're using, what their rules on copy trading accounts are, but they let you have more than one. So why is that good? Well, if you have five accounts, say from TopStep or my funded futures network or Tradeify or Take Profit, you can use one account to trade off and copy to the other four. So instead of one account having to make, say your goal is $500 a day, right? Instead of one account having to risk more to make that 500, you can risk way less, make $100, but because you made that $100, all of the accounts made $100 because you're copying to them, right? And now you've made $500 easier with less risk. So you're able to make way more without risking as much. So this offsets the risk to reward drastically for us. A lot of people send it though, and they're trying to make that $1,000 across all five, so they can make 5,000 in a day off of one trade or however many trades. So it is double edged because that illusion that you're going to get rich very, very quick off this is also there, and greed steps in. So it's important to take control of it. But these are an amazing tool for getting extra leverage in the market and having less risk. And each of them allows you to copy trade a different amount of accounts at once. So it's important to go through them and read the rules and see what they're doing. So it's amazing. Instead of needing to make $1,000 on one account, you can make $200 that's copied to four others for five accounts total, and now you made $1,000. So it's great. You guys are going to begin your journey with these firms by signing up for an evaluation, which is essentially a test to prove your trading skills. Upon passing this initial stage, you might enter into a simulated funded account where you can earn real profits, or some firms might require a second phase before granting access to a fully funded live trading account. So what does that mean? That means these guys aren't just going to hand you their money, right? And they need to know that you can manage some money before they're going to start paying you out. So the account sizes vary. They start at, $25,000 accounts, 50,000, 100,000, 150, all the way up to $300,000 accounts. And each of them costs a little bit different to take the test. And roughly it'll be around $100 to take the test. You take the test, you pass the test, and then they put you into a simulated funded area, which means they still don't fully trust you to trade with their money. But if you do well, they're still going to pay you out, right? And there's some rules to that. For example, Top Step will put you in a simulated funded account, and you need to make $200 in profit for 5 days. It doesn't have to be 5 days in a row. You can make $200, today, tomorrow, and then lose 100, and then make 200 the next day, and then lose. As long as you just have five or $200 in profit for 5 trading days, they're going to allow you to withdraw. All right. Same for my funded futures, except they do it at $100 for 5 trading days. So even though it's still not a full live account, you still have the chance to earn money, and you still have the chance to earn money across 3, 4, 5 different accounts all at the same time, right? So it's a good tool for that. Using prop firms as opposed to a demo account also significantly aids in building a trader's psychological resilience. The experience of trading with real consequences, even if it's not personal capital, prepares traders for the emotional and strategic challenges of managing their own funds, enhancing their readiness to handle market pressure and volatility. Trading is a super psychologically demanding game. It's emotional, and it's very hard. It can be something you can get addicted to, like a gambler's addiction. So the mental game is insane in this, and in my opinion, it's the hardest part to learn about trading. You can learn a strategy, right? But if you don't follow the strategy perfectly and you let your emotions take over and you start revenge trading, it can easily turn sour, right? So you can demo trade or paper trade to get comfortable, but the problem with that is there's no emotions in it. So people often do very, very good when they're in fake trading, paper trading environment. They make money, they do well, they're like, I got this. And then the second they go to a live account, like with their own money, they just get destroyed. And we don't want that, right? We don't want you to have to go from 0 to 100 in an instant, because that's really what it is. You go from zero emotions with the paper account or demo account to every emotion possible with a live funded account. So the great thing here, and to the live funded, you're risking all your own money, right? So again, these are a tool to help you guys develop your psychological mastery, right, in this, so you guys can be mental assassins and be able to control your emotions and control these things. So why does it do that? It's because there's realness in it still. Yeah, maybe you get a sim funded account and you're not trading your own real money, but the emotions are still there for you, right? Why? Say you're just in the evaluation. You want to pass that evaluation. So those emotions are real, right? You're going to fumble. You're going to get upset. You're going to get stressed, hurt, mad, glad, happy, euphoric. Like, you're going to go through an array of so many different emotions. And I promise you, it's one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it's one of the most beneficial things I've ever done either. If you learn how to trade, you can obtain full freedom in your life, and who doesn't want that, right? So, although it's not always real money you're trading or your money, these guys right here are going to allow you the benefit of learning how to trade while developing your mental side of trading as well, because that is the hardest part of trading, is developing the mental fortitude needed to effectively trade in these markets, right? So use these guys as a tool for that. I did not do any demo or paper trading in the beginning. I went straight to Funded Futures Network. I bought Funded Futures account, and that's who I started trading with from the get-go. And you guys are going to see as you go. It's an emotional journey for sure. And right when you think you got it, you might get smacked. So it's very important. If you guys do have the goal to use your own live account with your own money, don't do it right now. Instead, right, get these accounts, pass your evaluation, prove you can handle it, go to your funded account, make some money, follow the rules, withdraw that money, and put it into a live account. That way, you're really not coming out of your own pocket to fund your own live cash account, right? You see what I'm saying? So there's even less risk doing it that way. So these are a great tool in many ways. They help you leverage and make more risking less. They help you build your emotional intelligence when you're trading. So that's huge, because previously you can't do that if you're paper trading. And then third, you also make money here and put it into a live account, where previously you would have had to take it out of your own pocket, right? So the evaluations range from $50, up to a few $100 depending on the size of the account you buy. Some of them have activations, some of them don't have activations, but please go check out their tabs in our Discord. and we have the information on each of these guys. There's going to be discount codes where you guys can get the best discounts they currently have offered to people, and you guys are going to be able to start your journey off that way. So again, I hope this was clear. I hope it wasn't too long. If you guys have questions about this stuff, shoot a message in the group, DM me or whatever, and we can make sure that you guys are understanding what's going on. And again, all of these guys have different rules, right? Top steps aren't the same as my funded futures, and funded futures networks aren't the same as Tradeify and Take Profit, etc. So make sure you're informed on what you're trading.